everyone, welcome back to Life Cues. I hope everyone had a good week. This week I'm going to start off with a collage. Where's my collage stuff? It is over here, and I want to use, I've got a couple of maps here, but I want to tear them off and collage them on instead of just gluing it all on in one piece of paper. And my prompt for today is basically how our life events, especially, well, I guess any of them, I was going to say especially the negative ones, but I have to look close, make sure I'm not putting it upside down. Oh, Monica. Our life events, how they are merely stepping stones. Like, you know, you can go through something in life and you are so disappointed and you think your life is over, or you could lose someone, whether it's by relationship or through death or whatever tragedy befalls you, and we just think we cannot go on anymore. But our life events are truly meant to be stepping stones and not stop signs. And when I read that, I was like, how true is that? Because sometimes, especially if we experience failure, and we fail at something and we try, it's kind of like that last life cue is if at first you don't succeed, you weren't supposed to. That doesn't mean you don't continue to try. It doesn't mean it was over. It doesn't mean it was a stop sign telling you, stop at this, you suck, quit cooking, quit crafting, quit art journaling, you only got one view, or you didn't get any, maybe you shouldn't be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that at all. It just means it wasn't a stop sign. It was just merely a stepping stone. So the reason I'm using maps, because I figure life events is about your journey, and we journey all over. Some of us don't really leave where we're born, and some of us have wanderlust and go all over the world. And I'm probably somebody that fits right in between. I have a lot of wanderlust, but sometimes my health doesn't, and it's not even my health so much as it is health care insurance in a foreign country, can kind of prevent you from going to that country, but it doesn't mean it's a stop sign, does it? Okay, I'm going to start gluing this down instead of just placing it down. So there's my collage all dried up. Dried up. And I love the way it looks. Just a little bit of that blue map on here. And I got to thinking, you know, we are not the inventors of hard times and stepping stones and roadblocks and things like that. It started with our ancestors. I don't care what race you are. I don't care where you come from. Your ancestors struggled to get you to where you are at right now. And can you imagine if they thought for 1 minute that it was a stop sign and that's it, let's just give up? Where would we be? Like, where would we be? I was thinking of that when I was looking at the map and looking at all the different places on these maps. And there's North America, there's Asia, just about everywhere. And I was thinking, yeah, everybody had ancestors that struggled and worked hard and got us to where we are right now. So I thought I have this book. It's called The Americans, but it's really not a book. It's a file folder. I made it into a file folder because it was an old book. But I'm looking for this picture. I've got pictures in here of that would depict my ancestors. I think it's in this group. So I have this picture And it says, "How we do," in very broken Ebonics. And it's a picture of a slave woman. I think she has tobacco there because I don't think that's cotton. So then I put her down here, and then I'm going to write my quote or my sentence on here somehow. And it won't be as long, and I'm going to rip it and distress it up and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to get that done first. Hands are not stop signs. They are just stepping stones along your journey. So I want to leave that number there. I don't know why, I just do. And I took some burlap, and I kind of frayed it on that end, and I'll probably cut it off somewhere down here. It's frayed on this end too, but I'll cut it off. I'm going to leave my lady right there, and I think I'm going to crinkle this up in my hands like so. You guys notice I cut all my nails off? I did. They're just getting too long. It's ridiculous. So I crinkled that up. So I'm going to distress it with some Distress ink. And then if it doesn't look distressed enough, I'm going to burn it around the edges. I almost want it to look like, you know, the census takers list when you came off the boat. So I might stamp stuff on it or whatever. But I want to distress this piece. So this is what I've done so far. I took my page, like I said, and I distressed it all yuckied up, sprayed water on it, did my usual distressing all around with Distress ink. I tore it a little bit up here. And then I took this one, and I had some of this lace, it's sticky lace from Stampin' Up, I think. And I cut a little square piece and then cut it on the diagonal and made paper photo corners for my picture, and then I put a little bit of Distress ink on them. I added one of my rusted paper clips with a little piece of twine, and then I just unravel the twine. I'll probably trim that a bit, and then I'm just going to clip that on like that, and then I'm going to adhere these guys down first, and then I will carry on with the rest of my... I'm thinking if I should, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. So I just have to glue this all down. Okay, I've got this stencil here. Remember I started using them before, and I think I used, which one? I think it was this one here, this big medallion thing. And these were those ones that are new by Stampin' Up. Pattern Party decorative masks, but they're really stencils. And I'm going to use their matching embossing paste. And this is not an ad for Stampin' Up. I just quite like this. I'm going to mix it up right here on the side, and I'm going to mix a little bit of Weatherwood Distress ink in with it to change the color of it. So let us get going here. So I'll start. I'm not going to put too much, and again, this stuff dries extremely fast. Oh, that looks so dark, doesn't it? So we'll just put in a drop over here. I hope you guys can see this on the side. Yeah, you can. So we'll mix that up and see what kind of color. It's kind of a bluey, like a, it's blue. It's kind of blue is what it is. Just kind of want to echo some of the blue that's on that map. So first I'm going to bring it, this is the first time I've noticed it has a little bit of a smell. I wonder if it's because I added the Distress ink, because last time I used it I didn't smell anything. Yeah, kind of a, not a bad smell, just a smell. So I'm going to put some in this upper right hand corner here, just like so. Just like your butter and bread or icing a cake. Oops. There. And let's see how that looks. That's good. And then we're going to put some down here too. Right kind of between where my little list ends. And I always like to mix up less rather than more because you don't want to waste it. You can always mix up a little bit more if you need to. And I've never needed to, you know that? There's always enough. I think I put the stencil on upside down, so it's not stenciling it as good as it's supposed to be. Thank the Lord for mixed media, because anything goes, you do. So let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to mix up a tiny bit more because I'd like to put it on a few more places. So you can see where I've placed my stenciling or mask up in this corner here, here in the center, tiny bit in that corner up there, and down here, and a very tiny smudge at the bottom. So I've washed my thing off. It washes up beautifully. It's incredible. So I put that away. So I'm going to let this dry, and I think the last thing I'm going to do is just take a little bit of gesso again and make the whole thing have continuity with each other, like I usually do. So here is my finished page up close, and you can see that brick stenciling there, and it kind of echoes the blue part of the map. That's why I did that. And also up in that corner, and then you can see how I just dabbed it, and just all over in the torn edge, and I put the date there. And life events are not stop signs, they are just stepping stones along your journey. And we must remember that. We must remember that something happens to us that we don't like, or something disappoints us, or even tragedy befalls us, it is not a stop sign. It doesn't mean to stop your journey. Just imagine if our ancestors were to do that. Where would we be now? So just remember that. Keep going. You're not done yet. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you like my page, and we'll see you again next week. Doesn't that gesso look cool on that burlap? Love it. Bye-bye. So I came back and I was looking at my page, and I had to add a flower there. I don't know why it needed something for me. So I just added a little blue flower. You can still see the paper clip and the twine and the photo corners. So yeah, that's how I finished it up. So thanks again for watching. Bye.